All right, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, I see you. The breakdown precedes the breakthrough. There's interesting crossover between your reading and the Aries reading that I just posted before this. Where the Aries, and this is important, especially if you know that you have both strong Taurus and Aries in your chart. It tends to happen that way, honestly. That's another story for another day, but seriously, the Aries reading feels like it's in the next phase, and you, Taurus, your part in the story, because there's so much of the same storyline happening. There's massive growth happening, by the way. And I don't want you to assume by what I'm saying that Aries is farther ahead. It's just that you are in a phase here that is still needing some time. Needing some more quiet and reflection, because there are massive changes happening for you. And you are also stepping into this really beautifully powerful, in the best ways possible. I love the word power, but I see it from a very heart-centered perspective, and I recognize when I say the word power, people have a lot of preconceived notions around what that means. And I totally get that. I'm seeing you stepping into massive strength in yourself and your character. But with it, you're genuinely I feel like you're in a little bit of a tug of war with yourself at the moment around what are things that you really need to allow yourself to release and to transform so that you can step into this next version of yourself that is very, we have the wise leader here. You are a beacon for others. And right behind it, we have ascending the mountain. What does it say? Keep going forward. You are on a journey right now of discovery. There are some fill in the blanks. There are some missing puzzle pieces at the moment. And I don't say that to discourage you or to make you feel any sort of way. I see you finding the answers. And I also was getting that you definitely need some time to meditate and reflect and still the mind. You need to release a feeling like you need to keep communication completely open with everyone at this time. There's a bit of needing to tune inward. And also I was getting and take a nap. But that I feel as though there are external circumstances that are really testing you at the moment. Or there's a lot of external noise. I mean, literally, I went to go to press record and a weed whacker started blaring right out my window. I had to go and close my window close one of my windows on that side of the house. This side, we just hear the crows and the birds. So that's a part of this message too, Taurus, is that there is a necessity at this time to try to find some ways to shut out the noise that's blaring. The necessities, right? It's yard work. It's just the yard workers, coming by. The frustrating thing about that is that there's no set schedule. So I can never figure out when it's going to come or when it's not. And that might be part of your kind of irritation at the moment with needing some solitude, needing some peace and quiet, needing some rest, needing some reflection. And there's this unpredictable noise going on around you, or even maybe within. So I'm not going to lie. A friend of mine who is a Taurus was by earlier today. And we were just saying hi. He's really a good friend of my friends. He's not like my best friend. So we weren't like, we're just kind of catching up before the two of them went off. And he's like, there's some stress and some changes afoot and some question marks. It felt, needing to move things out of a space. There felt like a bit of a rush on time, a bit too many things going on all at once, and a bit of, well, but where do I put this stuff? Or there's blanks, there's question marks. And I said to him, it'll all work out. Keep the faith. And the breakdown precedes the breakthrough. Especially like a little bit of an emotional or even mental like breakdown, like just having a good cry in private can help to transmute some of that energy. And I think that this came up in previous readings that I've done for you, Taurus, where you've also been requested to take on some scorpionic themes. Whereas Taurus is the master builder, Scorpio's that big wrecking ball that comes to tear down the old building that's like decrepit and is not functioning properly. Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball is playing now in my head, of course, because that makes sense. I said wrecking ball, but when I was coming up, I was like, what is that thing called? I saw a vision of her riding a wrecking ball. So there's also a little bit of spirit asking you again to like lighten up around these changes that are being forced around you. And to be a bit like flexible. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, good. It's going to start back up. It's fine. So when I first pulled your angel cards, Taurus, I like the blank one came out. And I was like, And then we had resilience and harmony come out. And so I pulled one more to go with the blank. And it was authenticity. And I'm getting the sense that some of these things that are, you have let go of your past here on the table. You have release and surrender right next to it. And you have take back your power. And with stepping into wise leader and having authenticity come in to kind of fill in the blank, I think that you're coming into a new sense of self that you didn't necessarily see coming. I think you're being asked to step into more of your authenticity. Okay, this was a message for you guys. Hold on, sorry. Let me get my book here. As I was reading this morning, I like to use this big fat book of 19 different books as an oracle at times. It's page 560. And it's from In Tune with the Infinite, which is by, I think, Ralph Waldo Trine. Written and published like 100 years ago. Let's see. In Tune with the Infinite. Stick with me here. This is part of your message. Get some tea. Get some food. Get some food. Especially also if you are heavily connected with Aries energy. The energy in the Aries reading was just super, super direct and kind of a little bit intense. I got a little intense in there. Not really, but kind of. Yeah, kind of. And then I ate. And I'm feeling a lot better. And food is fuel for anybody. But Taurus especially really values good food. You know you're a bit of a foodie, right? Are you a bit of a foodie? So grab some snacks. In tune with the infinite. Oh man, I wrote the OG because this was written in 1897. Ralph Waldo Trine. In Tune with the Infinite is the name of this book. Ralph Waldo Trine. Waldo Trine. Where's Waldo? You're definitely being asked to step into your authentic self. And that authentic self is more powerful. Again, I love to use the word power because I see it in a beautiful way. I see it in a very aligned way. Because, yeah, there's a lot of power out there that's like, not aligned, not good, not good. And this chapter is chapter 7. It's called The Realization of Perfect Peace. Oh, was it in this one? I think it might be. Actually, no. Sorry. It's in chapter 8. Because I kept reading. And this one's Coming into Fullness of Power. Power is in the title. Interesting. And I write in all of these books and I highlight, and I've got this book is very old and tore up, and there's lots of stuff in this compilation. And I wrote a quote from in this chapter at the very beginning, and it says, "To be oneself is the only worthy and by all means the only satisfactory thing to be." Authenticity. "This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man." And so I'm getting a sense that part of this like disruption that you might be feeling as you're being guided to transform here and to also release some burdens and some unhappiness and some attachments. Habits, people, place, things, circumstances, environments that no longer resonate with you. And there could be a fear to release that because there is a bit of a mourning process that happens when you're ending a cycle. You have first light here, which this is the spring card for me. Beginning of Aries season, and Taurus holds down spring energy. This is a Piscean new moon reading. The new moon in Pisces is in a few days. It's on January 27th. It's at 9 degrees Pisces, and it's happening at 4:44 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is pretty cool. And this one says beginning a new cycle. And so I think you're in that ending of a cycle, and I don't mean any bad thing by this, but Taurus is not known to be able to let go of things too easily. And you're being asked to do that. You're being asked to let go of parts of yourself, ways that you've identified, and things in your environment or around you or habits that are keeping you in an expired version of yourself. The noise level outside. I feel like you're in this like, kind of mode where you really could use some rest and reflection time, but you also like time is of the essence right now. Like it doesn't feel like you have it. It feels like you're under pressure. And that again was part of the Aries reading that I opened up with. There's that diamond from the coal, and I didn't go into it in the Aries reading, but like the pressure that you feel like you're under is meant to turn you into a precious gem. So let's clarify. I've already got tarot cards on the table. It's telling me the time is now and that you're really stepping into not only the wise leader, but we have the Hierophant, which is the card of Taurus, one of the major arcana of Taurus here. The Hierophant holds the keys. And then you have the Hermit card following. So I see that you will have time to get in some solitude, some really well-needed solitude. And the advice is for you to drop this Ten of Wands, these burdens that you've been carrying. We also have the Devil in reverse. We have the Star card, so healing. We have the Five of Pentacles. So not being afraid of having to like go without certain resources, but for Taurus especially, like those creature comforts. Taurus is known from an astrological perspective to have an incredibly comfortable bedroom and a really big, well-stocked kitchen, fridge. I really apologize for the background noise. I'm going to do my best to like remove as much of it as possible when I edit this. But again, it goes along with the message. That's how it's part of how I read. Things that happen around me in my environment, all of it is symbolic. So we're going to clarify. We're going to pull some angel therapy cards and we will wrap this up. But you are definitely in a bit of a fill in the blank. A bit of a finding some missing parts of yourself, missing puzzle pieces. You're on a bit of a like choose your own adventure, but you're being heavily bombarded with this tug of war feeling of needing to release parts of yourself that just are not going to be able to go with you as you step into this next level. New level, new devil. New levels, new devils. There's some old shadows. There's shadow work needed here. I also just received that same Taurus friend I've been referring to in the beginning of this reading. I just received his birth chart info. So I'm going to read his chart for him because that's going to be of great service. And I've found that when I read birth charts for people, which is my favorite thing to do, although I have opened up personal card readings. So if you'd like to book one with me, the information will be in the description box and I'll pin it in the comments below as well. Ooh, so fun. It's been a long time since I've offered personal card readings, but when I do chart readings, I read into your birth chart and it is shadow work. I can see into the subconscious. I can see into the depths of your soul. And I can also see incredible beauty, those gems. There's a bit of uncovering hidden treasure here, Taurus. And it can be kind of scary to like venture into those dark depths. Again, that's kind of your polar opposite energy, that scorpionic energy. It's a little intense. But as you do it, you see it's not so scary down there. And it's actually pretty freaking cool. Especially when you get into like I speak metaphorically here, but like those cavernous caves. And I've been hearing the hi-ho. I hear that the new Snow White live action movie, whatever, is coming out March 21st. But like, hi ho, it's off to work we go. And they go down into the caves and they're mining. And I mean, I'm seeing the like vision of the Disney, animated classic in my head where they're like, they throw out the ones that aren't good, but then they throw all these diamonds and gems. There certainly is crossover between the Aries and the Taurus reading. It's just that Taurus, whereas Aries is like, wow, I've been doing it. All like in, I don't mean to make it sound so intense. But, Aries is cardinal fire. They're going to go in the cardinal direction. They're going to shoot off into this new unknown territory. And Taurus comes after and goes, I like this plot of land that Aries cleared a pathway and I followed that trail and like, whoa, look at this meadow. Very Ferdinand, very like, plop on down, enjoying the flowers and the beauty and growing things and laying a foundation and building and having all these gardens and lots of really good food and just building and being like, I'm going to be here for a while. And Spirit's asking you to go on a new adventure so that when you, oh gosh, now I'm getting the Alchemist. So that when you return back home, everything is like going to be 10 times better because you've found your authenticity here. You're taking back your power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Release and surrender. We shower you with blessings of radiant love. Open your arm and release the challenges that you've held tightly within your hands. They've held tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, arms, and heart to our love and assistance. Voyage of the heart, love flows through you and to you, but it can't if you have things there just stuck blocking it. There's a whole lot more prosperity trying to come in for you as well. And if you don't release and make space for it, it can't come. And so part of that is being asked to like find yourself. And I'm not saying you don't know who you are, but there are parts of your identity that you've been holding on to that are no longer serving you. And a lot of you are aware of some of those things. We're going to finish this. Okay. We're going to do this quick. Okay. Yeah, wow. Lots of visuals there. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Spirit. Can we clarify the 9 of Cups in reverse in the past? So not feeling as like fulfilled with things. Wanting to feel that fulfillment. Harmony. Satisfaction. I don't think you've been sharing with many people that you've been feeling not yourself for a little while, or that you've been feeling that you've been picking up on the messages asking you to transform yourself and to do some shadow work. And the time has come where it's like a little bit jarring at you. Like Spirit is being like, it is time. The Wheel of Fortune is here. It's the overarching theme. The Wheel of Fortune. It is time. That's also Sagittarius energy, which is like going out there. It's similar to the Aries energy. It's getting out there and exploring these foreign lands and foreign parts of yourself so that you can step into the true Emperor. Because we have the Hierophant is clarified by the Emperor in reverse. I feel like you've been feeling like you've not been as true to yourself as you possibly can be. We have the Magician moving forward, clarifying the Hermit. That's a lot of major arcana. Hierophant upright with the Emperor reverse, clarifying it. In the near future, we have the Hermit with the Magician clarifying it. That's really magical. That's really powerful. That's seeing into the dark and alchemizing and making shit happen. Clarifying the 10 of Wands here as the advice, drop the burdens. Thank you. 2 of Cups. Part of this has to do with an old romance as well, or how you have identified in partnership, or how certain partners, doesn't have to be romantic also, it can be friendships or business or whatever, like things that didn't work out or that maybe are currently still in your life and you feel like they're not working out, but like out of like nicety, you're still like hanging out with these people, or you kind of have to still be around them, but like you're like, ugh, my life would be better if I could like not identify with these people anymore, this partnership anymore. We have Queen of Wands in reverse in your environment. There could also be someone who is like needing you to get your stuff out, or like causing a little bit more of this stress or tension, an emotionally imbalanced feminine energy. Could be a man who's, acting in his imbalanced feminine energy. Could be a female who is acting in her imbalanced feminine energy, spilling her cup, but it's like gross in there. It's not loving. It's not kind. All of this is so that you can get more harmony into your life. You can feel more authentic and true to yourself, and also recognize how strong you are. Because you know that you're strong, but this is like a different type of strength that you're about to discover. There are old habits and things that you are releasing. You definitely are releasing. The Death card is on top of the Devil in reverse. There's a lot of major arcana here. This is big, Taurus. You know it. You know it's time. The shift is upon us. We all feel this energy. If you're tuned into my channel, if you're still here watching this because this resonates for you, then like, you know, you're a part of my collective, that like we are really stepping into our most authentic selves here. And it's kind of a lot. It's a lot, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's empowering. It's exciting, and it's kind of scary. And there is a bit of nostalgia. There is a bit of like being sad to let certain things go, and that can be relationships, and that can also be material possessions. Again, Taurus is not known for being the best at letting go of material objects. Taurus can kind of like hold on to things. You're being asked to really reflect and reassess as we go into the Mercury and Venus retrograde here in the next weeks. It's a time for reflection, for reassessment, for recognition of like what's not serving you, and to finally release it. All the RE words. I put up some videos on how you can make the energy work for you. Check those out. Let's clarify the star here. There's a desire for healing. The healing is coming, but you have to release. You have to let go of. You have to let go, especially if people around you are kind of impatient with you, or like forcing things upon you. That's another indicator of like some relationships that could change, that you could let go of. Because Taurus does not, like, Taurus is so patient, honestly. And they can handle a lot and not react. But when you keep poking at the bull, pretty soon that bull is going to charge at you. It's just going to see red, right? Like, it takes a lot to get Taurus to react. Unless you do have a lot of Aries in your chart. Oh, God. Oh, God. I know it. I have a lot of both in my chart. I know it. Like, people should not mess with a bull. So if there are any people in your life that kind of poke or jab at you, I think that you're almost at your wit's end about it. If not already, like, they're like in your private time under your breath, going like steaming, trying to hold it together, trying to remain peaceful, Ferdinand, but like, you don't have to deal with that. Let me clarify the Wheel of Fortune. We love fortune. Wheel of Fortune. We love fortune. The Lovers. A choice being made. New relationships. This does have to do with certain partnerships. Whoa, and on the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is about letting go of stuck, stagnant, not working. This just isn't working. We keep butting heads, or you honestly just kind of irritate me or kind of piss me off, or, you know, like you want to be able to feel comfortable with the people in your life. And I think that's a huge part of the blessings that you're going to be receiving as you release habits, material possessions, circumstances, of course, that aren't serving you. Yes, those two. But there's definitely a theme around partnerships, one-on-one relationships, maybe small group relationships with this 3 of Pentacles here. But like you and friend, you and lover, you and parent, you and sibling, you and you know, it's just, there's a need here to transform this dynamic, or to altogether release the relationship. Excuse me. Okay, let's just get some angel therapy cards and we'll close it on that. But ultimately, you're stepping into your authenticity, and you're going to be allowing in a lot more love, a lot more enthusiasm, a lot more blessings, all those diamonds and rubies and gems. So you're being invited to go into some shadow, to be the hermit and go up the mountain. I love how the messages do that. I love when the messages do that. Okay, let's get some angel therapy cards and we'll close it out, Taurus. Sending you so much love. I love Taurus energy. Taurus is in my 7th house. So, like, I love partnerships with Taurus. If you have strong Taurus energy in your chart, I just love you. Gemini and Taurus are both my 7th house. So, partnership. Both romantically, hey. I'm not trying to hit on you guys. I don't even know who you are, okay? Let's not get carried away. But also business partnership. I love Taurus and Gemini energy. Probably also why the collectives here on my channel are quite thick with Taurus and Gemini. Anyway. Okay, dee-dee-doo. We have you are a powerful light worker. We have a God box. Okay, you're a powerful light worker. It says, it is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings in loving service to divine. So, like, it makes sense why I go into this power talk so often. You know, I'm trying to clarify that you don't have to be afraid of power. Empowerment is definitely something I stand by here on this channel. Like, I want to encourage you and empower you to be your most authentic self. Literally. It's why I read birth charts. I don't really dip into horoscope stuff too much. I'm a birth chart reader. I want to tell you all about yourself and help you to feel super, like, enthused about who you are, and also to feel a lot more clarity around the things that are kind of confusing in your personality, or like how certain aspects of yourself are completely different than other aspects of yourself, and sometimes they like kind of feel like they fight each other. That happens in astrology and in birth charts. God box. Look at all the green. There's a lot of heart chakra healing here. Voyage of the heart. There's a lot of flowers. There's a lot of flowers. Write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put in a special container called a God box, as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. As a way of letting go. Sorry, I'm not trying to be sassy to be annoying. I'm just loving the reiteration from the cards. I love when I just like channel things. I'm like, well, I guess that's for somebody. And then like the cards come out and like talk about it again. Anyway, it's just that fun. If you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. How would you think that you would be a wise leader? Not like questioning that you could be. I'm asking like in what specific way that's special to you, in you knowing yourself already as you know yourself. As you're being asked to step into this next most authentic version of yourself, and you're being asked to focus on service and helping others. That's what leaders do. So in which ways would you want to lead people? In which ways would you want to help people? in which ways can you use the things that you love doing, that you're good at doing, that you just do naturally, that can be of benefit and service to others? Because there's something happening deep within you that you know feels like it's just not who you are anymore, but you're still there, you're still doing it, or you still have that identity. You're being asked to let it go, or to transform it, at the very least. You don't have to fully let it go. You can just re-niche it, rethink about it. Anyway, Taurus, beautiful reading. I really hope this helps you. Again, if you would like your own personal reading with me, all that info will be in the description box and also in the pinned comments below. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Oh, if you're new here, hi, I'm Vanessa. Sorry. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment on how this helped you. And I will see you guys in another reading.